In this video, I will demonstrate the steps for packing up and folding down this customized 2014 Jayco Baja camper. The first thing I like to do is the outside door. I like to go ahead and put it up out of the way. Then we don't have to worry about anything hitting the door. It makes it easy to get in and out of the door. So we're just going to undo the little latches. Up at the top, you got these two barrel latches. We'll undo them, slide them back. And the other thing you're going to do is undo the Velcro. It's on the outside of the door, on both sides. And we'll lift up a little, kick the bottom out. And then we'll just allow the top guides to slide back. Move that valance. Then there's a little track up there it can rest on. And then we got this piece that goes up and we twist the little latch and that'll keep it secured up there. At the other end we got these little straps with snaps. We'll put them up. So now we've got the door out of the way. Next thing I'll do is I'll tear down the shower module. I'll just undo these little clamps, move the door. I'm just going to carry it outside, set it outside for right now. Back into the carry bag. So the next step is to take the dinette down. I'm going to take the rear cushions, backrest cushions I should say, off first. I'll just set them back on this back bed out of the way for right now. Take the bottom cushions out. Go ahead and lay the backrest down. And the table, I'm just going to lean it over to the side, lift up, then we'll undo these brackets. Undo this other bracket. Put our Velcro strap back on. I'm just going to work it over until it's just on the edge. Lay it down. So what I like to do is lay the cushions down with the vinyl piece down, and on the other one the vinyl piece up. That way the fabric part are facing one another, and that helps to keep them clean. So then the next step is to lower the fabric tent unit. You just push in this little detent thing, it'll pop down. You're going to pull this back. And what I like to do is push this fabric back off the pole a little bit. It makes it easier to set up the second time around. And then we're going to stow these underneath the mattress. So next I'm going to take the rear bed down, the same as we did with the front bed. And we'll stow the little post underneath the bed. What I'm going to do is fold down the J sofa. Put these over here. Like so. And I'm going to lay these cushions on end up underneath the J sofa. And the next thing I'm going to do is get our appliances down. We'll put the stove back on the holder. Unplug our appliances. Just set them over here, top of the shower module. Now we can go ahead and remove the rear posts on the shelf unit. And while I'm supporting the shelf, I'm going to remove this front post. Swing around, lift up. And I got the rear post free. So I'm going to set that over here for now. Take the rear post out. Then I'm going to lay the shelf unit down on the floor. Set the microwave up in the front part. I've got a little spacer that goes between the two so they don't slide into one another. I'll put the toaster oven in the back part. Slide up front, all the way up. This extension cord out of the way. And I usually put a little shop rag or paper towels in the sink. That way if there happen to be a little residual water in the drain part, it doesn't come dripping out. Then we're just going to lay this over. We'll fold the little table leg down. To move that out a little so the faucet sits inside, like so. I usually just lay the poles down on the floor. So then the next step I'm going to do is take down the support pole over the dinette. It just slides out a little clip track there. And we'll lay this down, take this pull off, and that can just be stowed on top like that. So before we slide the beds in, we need to slide the dinette in. And before we do that, we got to take the canvas loose. Really kind of just tuck it up. We'll do the same on the other side. And just push it in. And then we'll want to make sure the fabric is staying outside. The reason for that is when we slide the bed in, if any of it's in there, it'll get caught on the bed and you run the risk of damaging your fabric. Okay, and on the back bed, the first thing we want to do is take our travel door back off from underneath the bed. Just unsnap the snap. I'm just going to carry it up and put it back on the trailer. We're going to undo the Velcro on both sides. Then I'm going to lift up. Move the first support pole. And then repeat for the second. Now what we're going to do is push it in. We're not going to go all the way. Kind of lift up as we push it in. Then we're going to make sure we got all our fabric out of the way. And we'll finish pushing it in. So I got the sun coming out, warming up. I'm going to take my flannel shirt off. So on the front bed, all we got to do each side, lift up a little and get it up above the little support block. Do that on the other side. Now she's ready to slide back. And I'm going to do the same thing like I did on the other one. Make sure we got all this vinyl out of our way. I'm going to use my little push tool. I'll push it back. Take that back out. Finish pushing it back. So now I'm going to start removing the protector flaps. And using the remote control, I'm going to start running it down. So I get to the point I can reach the top of this. So that's probably good. Flat back. And two of the corners have these flaps so they don't get tangled around the fabric. And the purpose of these cables is when you go up, that stops it from going too far where you'll damage your canvas. And the motor has the motor controller has a sense in it, so when it gets to a certain amount of strain on it, it'll stop lifting. Those cables are very important for protecting this canvas. Yeah, now we'll keep running it down. And we're going to run it down till we have about a foot gap between the side and the roof. Say right about there. And then what we'll do next is finish making sure we got all this fabric tucked all the way back out of the way. That should be pretty good. We're going to continue going down. And just before we get up to close, we'll just do a final walk around. This Alright, and there it stopped. It's all the way down. I don't have anything hanging out, so we're good. So now all I gotta do is put the straps back down. Warm on this side, put two over the dinette. It is down. Now the one final step they recommend is to run it back up. And you're just going to do it a little bit till it tensions out. And what that does is it keeps the interior cables taut, and also if you go over any bumps, it'll help prevent any of these from ever getting any slack and popping open. Okay, the bike rack is currently leaning forward, so what we want to do to be in travel mode is we want to put it so it's straight up and down. So what we're going to do is take this top pin out. Then we're going to set that up, allow it to lean forward. Then we're going to put the pin back through. And there it's ready for travel mode. Then you can put up the 3 bikes on here. So there's these system, it works really well. And the one other thing we have left to do is to run the stabilizer jacks back up. So then all these lids, the doors, they all lock. So I recommend locking them before you go down the highway with it. And that's pretty much all there is to it. This concludes the video on packing up this customized 2014 Jayco Baja 12e pop-up camper. There are also videos that demonstrate setting up as well as the features of this camper. Also available is a video showing the installation of the solar panels and the lithium iron phosphate battery. To help us advance our series of videos, please like and subscribe. Thank you.